What's going on, guys? I see Trades here, and today we're going to be going over a technical analysis breakdown of ticker symbol SOFI, Sofi Technologies, using various technical analysis techniques. And like we mentioned in the last SOFI video, price recently has been squeezing into a tighter range at the top of this descending channel resistance and is now attempting to break through and stay above that zone just like we predicted. So SoFi has a lot of things going on, guys. And before we dive deeper on the daily, I'm going to take you guys to the weekly to get a broader perspective. Now, guys, on the weekly chart of SoFi, SoFi tells a clear story. After its debut, peaking all the way up to 28.26 back in early 2021, we see price got shut down from that high and it rallied back up to that $25 level, getting shot down once again, retesting that exact level and getting shot down even harder with a further move downwards. And as you can see, guys, SoFi was in a very long-term consolidation range for a couple of years there, with the price not really doing too much in this range, staying for about 2 years time, guys, and it's just kind of hanging around in this range until towards the end of that range where price was starting to build up into this descending resistance, gaining momentum, breaking out of that into this nice clean breakout we see right here starting in October of 2024. And after that breakout, guys, we see price drop and form a cup and handle pattern on the weekly time frame. You can see the cup starting with that major pullback all the way to that consolidation zone, to that more recent breakout, forming that cup, and then we see the handle as we pull back. So right now, guys, price is trying to hold above this resistance right here on the weekly and get past this descending channel. So overall, we are in a huge formation on the weekly that's been forming for years. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on and keep in mind while we analyze the shorter time frames, as it shows us we are in a very long-term structure here. Now, guys, back on the daily chart, the first thing I want to point out is that SoFi is a very volatile stock. As you can see, there's a lot of chop and just kind of being all over the place, guys. So as we can see within this descending channel, price reaches a high of 1842, gets shut down, tries to rally again, getting shut down, creating a lower high and getting shut down even harder than last time, touching that descending support, as we can see. So bounces off that descending support, tries to rally again, tops lower once again, and we go further down. But now, guys, on the most recent bounce and retest, we see price consolidate and hold stronger instead of getting shut down right away like we saw in the past of this descending range here. And we actually closed over this descending resistance for a few candles, guys. If you can see closer on this daily time frame, we closed above the descending resistance for about 4 total trading days. We couldn't hold it, guys. We got below, touching that 1280 support level there and trying to get above it once again. We're kind of holding above it, but not quite fully above it. Once again, we're kind of that, you see that most recent candle kind of above it, but not fully above it, closing just below that resistance right there. So, guys, the bears are definitely keeping an eye on price to see if it remains in this descending channel. Saw a fake breakout there, gets pushed back down, and the bears are definitely keeping an eye on to see if this is going to happen once again. See if the bulls can't hold above that descending resistance there. So that's what they're looking out for. And on the flip side, the bulls are definitely watching for that price to finally hold its ground above this descending resistance and break out of that channel for good, since it's been a long-term channel. We are in a major resistance zone, so as a buyer, you want to see SoFi hold strong here. If we can't hold above this zone, it's likely we reject even harder than we did last time. We see we reject, pull back to that 1280 level. If we reject again, trying to get above this zone, probably going to be rejecting a little bit lower. So keep an eye on that 1245 level if things do fall south and go into the bears' favor. And the most recent candle is definitely a bullish sign, closing strongly in the buyer's favor and holding strong while the sellers try to push it down. You can see a lower wick, meaning sellers try to push it further down, but buyers stepped in and held strong, closing right around that top, barely having an upper wick. So judging off that last candle, definitely in bullish territory. But we're going to be taking a closer look over the last 7 candles, guys, to give you a little bit of more insight of what's really going on here. So firstly, guys, after that pullback, reaching that 1280 support, the first candle that came with that support level was this red candle with a upper wick, showing that sellers were in control. Buyers tried to push it up, sellers push it back down, and we close pretty nicely for the sellers. So sellers are definitely in control, but 2 candles that follow after that are big body green candles showing strength at that 1280 support level, showing that buyers were holding strong at this level. Open up a little bit high, right? And sellers try to push it down, creating a red indecisive candle. Following that, our third most recent candle, we see a red hammer candle, which is typically a sign for a bullish reversal. Because as you can see right after that red hammer candle, we can see that buyers try and push the price higher while sellers try and push it lower. This candle opened higher, and it was a weaker bullish rally attempt as sellers gained control and kept it lower. So sellers were in control on this second most recent candle. And now in the most recent green candle, we see buyers step in when sellers try pushing it down even more. This type of candle signals a momentum shift back to the upside, with buyer pressure coming in, especially since buyers defended the lower levels, not getting pushed back down towards that 1280 support level, holding higher. And after that prior candle's bullish rejection, bulls not being very strong here, we see the most recent candle is bullish, but with no complete breakout confirmation yet. So the next few candles will be critical for confirming whether bulls are regaining overall control. But definitely a good sign that we do see a candle like this right after a bullish rejection type of candle. So what we want to look for is a continuation retest of this wick right here and a move to the ultimate 1390 level, holding above that, and finally retesting that 1480 level. On the flip side, if this can't hold and we go below this ascending support right here, guys, what we're likely to see is a move back down to 1245 where it has consolidated before. I think it's improbable with this type of action that we're seeing after a pullback, right? These three very strong candles. I think this is very strong support at that 1280 level. So if we did go below that, I think we would be trying to play around near that 1245 before trying to move higher. Guys, keep an eye on this break of this resistance and an eye on that 1390 level as we continue to try to trend higher after this pullback. Right now, guys, looking pretty bullish overall. Now, guys, on the hourly, SoFi is currently trading within a descending channel on the hourly chart. After bouncing off the lower boundary, it's now testing its upper trend line resistance around that 1335 level. Now, guys, we are pressed up right against that descending resistance. If it does reject off this level, we are more prone to the downside, touching that descending support once again, getting down to 1280. And like I said, guys, if that can't hold, we are prone to a downside move to that 1245. For as long as this stays in this channel, guys, I'll be neutral on the hourly. But I think a break and a retest is very probable. As long as it stays in this channel as a trader, you want to remain neutral. We'll see if you can move above that and reclaim that 1390 level, which would be very good for the bulls. But for now, guys, it is still in this major resistance zone right here. So I'll have to see a move above that and a strong hold. Guys, to wrap it up, SoFi is at a critical point across all time frames. On the weekly, we're looking at a multi-year cup and handle pattern that's still developing. And that structure alone sets the stage for a much larger move if bulls can take control. On the daily, we're seeing more bullish defense of support and a potential shift in momentum. But that descending channel is still a major factor, and we haven't fully broken above that. So keep that in mind. And on the hourly, price is right at that resistance with volume starting to build. So if SoFi can break and hold above 1335 and eventually 1390 with volume confirmation, that could be the start of a next leg higher. And until then, guys, patience and confirmation is key. If you guys enjoyed and found value in this video, consider liking and subscribing, as I'll be continuing to cover SoFi as well as other major tickers on the channel. Trade smart, and I'll see you all in the next one.